Next up, his opponent, Ermal Hadribeaj.
Hello everyone, I'm Ermal Hadribeaj. I'm ready, I just finished weigh-in. It wasn't difficult, but a little difficult. I have to lose 0.5 pounds, which I did it. I eat, I feel good and ready for tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout features 8 rounds for the vacant NABF Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, this man fighting out of the blue corner. He stands in at 5'9" tall, weighing in at 152 pounds. He represents the south side of San Antonio, Texas, and Davis Entertainment. An impressive record, 14 victories, 3 defeats. 6 of those victories come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ring, Daniel "The Beast" Baez. His opponent, this man, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 153 1/2 ready pounds. He stands in at 5'10" tall. He hails from Miami Beach, Florida, by way of Tirana, Albania, representing the world-famous 5th Street Gym. He is undefeated. 11 bouts, 11 victories, 6 knockouts. He is the current reigning WBC Mediterranean Super Welterweight Champion of the World, the Sniper, Ermal Hadribeaj.
All right, guys, we went over the rules in the back. Obey my commands at all times, protect yourselves at all times. If you want to now, touch gloves. Good luck, guys. Step back, I'll get you started.
The NABF Super Welterweight Championship is now underway. Ermal, the Sniper Hadribeaj, Daniel "The Beast" Baez about to go 8 rounds for that title. Chris Garrity, Vince McGinnis here with you for our second and final boxing bout of the evening, and this is a championship contest that has fireworks written all over it, Vince.
Yeah, both men in the southpaw position, looking to establish that jab right away, taking their time and being patient.
One thing we know about the Sniper is he really does put the science in boxing. He's very quick with that jab. He uses it as much as anybody we've seen in the Global Legion cage here. That last fight that he had in Miami was one of the better title fights because his opponent had taken him out of his rhythm, yet he still went the distance and was able to handily beat that opponent and win that WBC championship. something a little bit different for him here tonight with Baez, because Baez is a much more experienced fighter. 14-3, those 6 knockouts, so you know there's power there. And right there, that left shovel catches Baez on the chin. So this is something Ermal is going to, every step up he takes here is going to lead him to more and more championships here.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great point. We saw him in his last fight really get tested for the first time that we've seen him here. And he passed with flying colors, and it was a very exciting fight. So if Baez can start to kind of draw that fight out of Hadribeaj, because I think right there is a beautiful jab to the body cross. I think that's what he needs to do. He's got to make it more of a fight and make it a little dirty, make it a little scrappy. But obviously Ermal is tested there and is able to fight that game as well.
And what shows so well about that jab to the body with the cross there is that Baez didn't move. And that's how fast the sniper is. So defensively, Baez, I think, is going to have to try and end this fight early, because he's not going to want to take punishment like that for all 8 rounds.
Yeah, and they both found their rhythm and their timing and their distance a bit here. So now you're seeing them exchange a bit more. And right off the bat, the sniper is much getting the better of a lot of these exchanges. And that left hand keeps landing over and over again.
That left jab has been pitter-patter, and Baez all over the face so far, leading to those overhand rights. And there is another one straight down the pipe that landed, and Baez is going to be in trouble if this is just the first round and the sniper is landing as easily as he has been.
Yeah, I think for Baez, he's got to disengage a little bit. You know, if someone's got your timing and your rhythm, the last thing you want to do is kind of maximize the exchanges. The sniper wants to maximize the exchanges. Right now, Baez wants to kind of be patient, take his time until he can catch up to the rhythm a little bit.
First round here in our NABF Super Welterweight Championship fight. Fight colors brought to you by the Office Gym and MMA Royalty. White and gold trim for Hadribeaj, black with gold trim for Baez. And again, those are the fight colors brought to you by the Office Gym and MMA Royalty. And that is the end of round 1, Vince. And I'll tell you, the sniper put his mark on that first round, landed definitely the higher volume of shots and the more power shots in that round. So easy 10-9 round for the sniper there, Vince.
Yeah, his combination boxing is looking great. His defense is looking great as well. His head movement is right there, spot on from a good athletic base. And Baez right now is just a little bit of a step behind as these rounds as that first round got underway.
And as we're looking at the replay from the first round here, there you see that left cross land, and you'll also see some great level changes from Hadribeaj as the fight goes on. It's something that he's done in every fight we've seen so far, that left jab to the body, right cross. It's something that's always worked for him, and I assume because Baez hadn't seen that coming and it landed every time he threw it, we're going to see a lot more of that here to go. Beautiful venue here in South Carolina, Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. This is our first time here, Vince, and I got to say, I'm very impressed by this building, and I can't wait to have more events here.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I agree. The area in general is really beautiful.
All right, here we go. Round number 2 in this NABF Super Welterweight Championship bout. Ermal, the sniper, Hadribeaj versus Daniel "Da Beast" Baez.
Nice check hook there, right there from the sniper.
And he looks to have Baez already off balance in this second round, too. You know, Baez just doesn't seem like he can tell where those punches have been coming from yet so far.
Yeah, it seems to be sticking with him on the first exchange, but as it gets into the second and the third exchanges there, he kind of loses him a little bit right there. Good body work from Baez, making it dirty.
We also want to welcome in Cosmas. He is our promoter this evening. He's been running Global Legion forever. We love the guy. He, if you saw him earlier, came into the ring to talk about what happened in that first bout. Tell us a little bit about this bout, though. I mean, I know that Ermal is one of your favorite fighters here. Tell us what you've seen so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't resist coming in. You know, normally I don't, but I had to, because what really strikes me is the incredible progress we see every single time from him. You know, every time it's just a level up. He's upped his game. What am I seeing? I'm seeing this in and out boxing that he does.
He's extremely crisp, especially tonight. We had talked about it in the last title fight he was in for the WBC. He got taken out of his game and didn't look as smooth, although Baez lands an overhand right and stumbled Hadribeaj for a second there. So that's the power that has led to the 6 KOs for Baez. So something Hadribeaj has to worry about as we move on here.
Yeah, Baez finally getting some combination punching going, working to the body and then coming over the top with these hooks and overhands, having success here in this early parts of the second round.
Yeah, I think what we just saw there is the experience of the boxer versus the inexperience of the MMA fighter, because as we know, Ermal was an MMA fighter when he was young. So.
To expand on what you said earlier, Cosmos, the evolution of the sniper is something that we get to see every time he's in the ring here with us, and he gets better every time, and that's what you want to see from these young fighters. And you and I had talked about it earlier with these titles. He's just going to keep moving up and moving up and moving up, and better competition, and this is what you want to see when that happens. The better the competition, the better the fight, the better the game plan that you have, and we've seen that every time out of him. Absolutely, and he's proving that you don't necessarily have to get signed to a big promotion to walk towards the right direction for a world title shot.
Beautiful left hand there from the sniper. Catches Baez on the back foot.
Another thing I like about this is the sniper has kept him in the middle of the ring like this, Vince. Now this is something as a coach I want to go to you at. With Baez, even though he's landed a couple power shots in this round, he's still getting picked apart being the center. Is this a strategy change that's going to need to go on for the Beast here moving forward? Does he want to stay in the center of the cage with someone who's faster, whose jab is better, and who's been landing more shots?
Well, we're 2 rounds in, and the second round compared to the first round, he's doing much better. So, you know, as far as we can tell, it's a little too early to say whether he should start kind of bullying him a little bit more and getting him on the ropes, because he's made already so much improvement from the first and the second round. I think this third round will really give us a good identifier on whether that's a strategy that's going to work well for him, or if the sniper's going to start piling on with the combinations and being a little faster.
And that most certainly has shown that he was prepared to waste 2 rounds to time Ermal correctly and to go in the right time. That shows boxing IQ.
And what they had just showed on the replay there was that overhand right that Baez did land on Ermal, and it did stumble him a bit. So, like Cosmos just said, maybe it's a timing thing for him. It's taken him 2 rounds to do it, and we'll see if the third round means he's going to land a few more of those shots staying inside, because I really think that is his best chance, which is why I asked. I really thought if he would get this fight to the corners, it would benefit him a little more. But if he's got his timing in the center and he can stay inside and still land those, then that would be a good third round for him to start with. And here we go, round number 3. NABF Super Welterweight Championship fight. Chris Garrity, Vince McGinnis, and our promoter for the evening, Cosmos, joining you here on the broadcast for this fantastic bout. Once again, the sniper with the white trunks, gold trim. Baez, black trunks, gold trim. Brought to you by the Office Gym and MMA Royalty for tonight's fight colors.
Beautiful jab there from the sniper. I think he just needs to get back to more of that. We've been talking about all the good things that Baez has done in this second round, but maybe Ermal, because he had such a efficient and productive first round, maybe got a little overconfident in that second round.
And that can happen too. You know, we've seen him dominate so many fights. I mean, you can get complacent as a fighter a little bit, but I think once you took that left hand from Baez, woke him up a little bit and got him back to his game plan. It looks like he's hunting now.
Yeah, his defense looks a little sharper. He looks a little faster on his reads and his reactions.
And absolutely, let's face it, this is the toughest fight for Ermal so far.
Both guys,
quite a lot of local support. I wasn't expecting that.
Both guys landing cleanly inside. This fight has dirt written all over it, but it's being held here in the center of the ring, which is fantastic for the audience here to see.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic fight so far. We had that little bit of a bizarre start with that first fight, but now this fight's really making up for it. Just a barn burner of a boxing match here. 2 really talented and experienced fighters going at it.
Blood trickling down the right nostril of Baez at this point. Some of those left hands that's landed for Ermal, and he's starting to pick it up here mid-third round.
I want to see Ermal go for the body a little bit more.
I agree.
Baez definitely seeking the power shots. He hasn't really set them up much at all, which is, you could see him going over Ermal's head quite a bit when he's throwing that overhand. So Ermal can see it coming. He needs to throw that right jab a little bit more so he can set up his right cross, his left cross.
You can see that when he connects, Ermal shows for the first time that he's in pain. It's very rare you see him do that. So the power is definitely there.
I do love that sneaky left Ermal shows when they are inside. He's been doing it every time here. It's kind of that little overhand that he throws. It's landed on the chin and on the nose of Baez a few times here. So that's something that he's done here in the third round that's landed multiple times. And more great exchange from both fighters here.
Yeah, beautiful left hand there landed by the sniper at the end of that exchange. And, you know, we talked about the second round, maybe the center not being Baez's friend as much. And I think now we can see Ermal starts pulling away a little bit, using his speed, using his timing to get back in this third round.
One thing that people potentially might not know is that when a southpaw is fighting another one, the level of difficulty is tremendous, because it's not the same thing as an orthodox fighter fighting a southpaw. You know, there's a lot of them out there. This is a very rare occasion.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's hard to find training partners that are southpaw that can also mimic the opponent you're about to go up against. That was the end of round number 3. Another fantastic championship round here for Global Legion in the NABF Super Welterweight Championship. Here on the replay, you see both fighters landing on the inside there. Baez, though, wincing a bit in pain, so you know Ermal has landed those power shots, but you can't count Baez out because, like Cosmos pointed out earlier, Ermal has shown that those shots are causing damage when Baez lands. But look at him standing up in the corner. Seems to be completely calm and in his fight right here. 3 rounds in the books. We're about to start round number 4 in this 8-round championship bout.
Yeah, one thing I want to say is important to you know, look out for Donato, who's his coach, Ermal's coach, who's done a tremendous job, you know, raising this fighter from ground up, and he's showing to all of us that it can be done.
There they go again, meeting in the center. And again,
almost a takedown again.
Let's not start that.
Beautiful combination, ending with a right hook there from the sniper. Wow, wobbles Baez.
Ermal starting to add some power onto those shots and throwing them in combination. And Baez wobbled a little bit. We'll see if Ermal can keep it up. Finally, the referee has to step in and separate him. So Baez was a little bit hurt there. That's the first time he's tied up the sniper here so far in the 4 rounds.
And the dirty boxing that Hadribeaj gave him in the previous fight is a very good lesson, because it's happening right now. He's got much more experience.
Good right-left combination there for Baez. Didn't really land, but what it did is it backed Ermal up, and I was hoping I would see Baez move forward a little bit and move to the body, but he seems completely happy standing right in the center of the ring here.
Yeah, Ermal is just doing a great job being active in there and staying busy. And he's really outspeeding and out kind of combination punching Baez, which I think is a key here as this fight goes on. I think Baez would like to drag him into a power punching fest, kind of back and forth throwing power punches. And after that second round, I think Ermal got slick to it.
And the change of pivot all the time is actually something new that I've noticed.
Yeah, great footwork.
He's putting on a clinic of dirty boxing here. That little slide right and then the left cross and then the slide left and the right jab. He's been throwing that more than we've ever seen.
He does show a terrible thirst for a knockout, Ermal, today. I've never seen him really wanting it so much. He hasn't had a good one.
Yeah, he's been catching him clean, so he could be thinking to himself, man, if I just keep catching him clean, I can get it. And Baez, to his credit, is very tough, staying in there. His game as ever. But maybe fading a little bit here. We can see the pop on the punches. Hasn't quite been there this round.
50 seconds left here in round number 4. Ermal, the sniper, Hadribeaj. He is the current WBC Mediterranean Super Welterweight Champion and going for another title here, the NABF Super Welterweight Championship against Daniel the Beast Baez. 14-3, 6 knockouts, and this fight so far has been everything it has billed to be. Vince, do you have a score moving forward so far? What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now I have it. This is the 4th round, so yeah, we'll give it to Sniper 3-1. Maybe give the second one to Baez. But for the most part, the Sniper's in here doing really well, touching it up, being fast, being slick, good combination punching. The footwork, as Cosmos touched on a little bit, looks very efficient and clean. Absolutely, the volume definitely goes to the Sniper, and of course, the majority of the power shots have been. And Baez did show a little bit in that second round. I do have it. I believe I've got it 40-36 at this point. I'm not going to give a round to Baez. Cosmos, what do you think so far?
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. It looked like he might get it, but Ermal came back on that round. So, if anything, it might have been an even round. But Yes, I think he's starting to sort of get away on these last few rounds. But the interesting thing is that this is the type of fight that could end with one punch.
And as you see in the replay here, this is more of the combinations put together by both fighters. They've both been active in their times here, so it's not like we're saying Baez is being completely outworked, because he's not. He's had his moments. It's sheerly, at this point, in my opinion, a volume thing for Hadribeaj.
Yeah, and one of the things that doesn't get touched on with the volume punching is it really interrupts your breathing as well. Somebody's punching you at their own rhythm, it's hard to catch your breath and kind of regulate your breathing. So that could be playing a part with the fatigue from Baez.
And here we go, about to start round number 5, the NABF Super Welterweight Championship. This is a vacant title being given away here tonight for Global Legion in Rock Hill, South Carolina. And Cosmos, we talked about a little bit earlier before you jumped on, this venue is fantastic, and we want to make sure we come back here as much as possible. This is just a great spot to have championship boxing.
Absolutely. We're very, very happy to have found this venue, and we really want to continue. And generally, we feel very happy that we're in this part of the country. Ooh.
Wow, both men exchanging
Sniper with
punches.
a good left and right straight to Baez's face. And one thing you can see about the Sniper in this round is it looks like his speed has stayed the same. Baez has slowed down a little bit because he saw all those shots coming and was able to shift and move and duck underneath anything Baez threw in that exchange.
That wild swinging, though, shows that he's tired.
And that goes to the volume Vince had alluded to earlier. You get peppered so much in those early rounds that you're just seeking those big shoulder-thrown power shots as best you can.
Yeah, really fantastic defense here from the Sniper. Rolling the shoulder, sliding back, using pivots and footwork. Very impressive.
And power jabs, just threw 3 in a row and landed all 3 of them.
And I think the Cosmos point earlier about him looking for the knockout, I'd almost prefer him to just keep touching and just keep pointing him up a little bit. I actually think this end of the fight might come a little bit quicker if he wasn't so hasty to throw a big power shot and stay with this combination punching.
Well, and I think he's on that same page with you because he hasn't really, blew his wad, as they would say, in this sport yet. He's just thrown more volume. He's touched him up with those power jabs, and like you said, he's just going to keep doing. The fight will eventually work itself out.
Yeah, he has shown a couple of new tricks that he's got up his sleeve. He's going for the body and then the top, but in a kind of overhand way. Before, did you see that?
Yep.
That lander was great.
All right, Vince, coach's shoes for you this time. We've talked so much about the Sniper that we've kind of really not gone over what Baez needs to do to come back and win this fight. So put that coach's hat on and tell me what you're telling him when you get him in the corner in the next 45 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I like what Baez is doing in this round. I think he's doing a better job of throwing that left hand over the top. Sometimes Ermal will slide out on a linear angle, so he's staying straight forward and looks for a shoulder roll, and that left hand has been landing over the top. So I would tell him to maybe just commit with a couple jabs before throwing that left hand and really drive off that rear foot to gain some distance. But again, he's at a clear speed disadvantage and technical disadvantage a little bit, so it's getting tough here as the fight goes on.
Couple of body shots thrown there by the Beast, which I think he needs to do more too, something you had just talked about. And that will then lead to some of those heavy power shots landing. But Ermal, just the speed is there for him, and he's been able to avoid anything coming over the top. Big end to this 5th round here. Both guys throwing a lot of power. Good left hand from Ermal ends this round, and 5 rounds in the books here. The NABF Super Welterweight Championship. And guys, I'm really enjoying how this fight is going to end up. We have 3 rounds left to go in this 8-round bout. I still have it up, 5 rounds to none. Hadribeaj. I know Vince had possibly given round 2 to Baez, and that's probably the only one you've given him so far.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this fight's been great. It's been back and forth, and Baez, to his credit, is super tough, staying in there. Just defensive enough, just power punching enough to make it, a really exciting, appealing fight.
And that replay showed how that left hand there slips in the way it does. And it's something that Hadribeaj has worked on, and you can tell, especially against a guy that's going to bury himself in your chest the way he does and fight dirty. If you can come over the top and land every time, it's a fantastic way to slide and work.
And Hadribeaj is really a fighter's fighter. You can tell when he gets hit hard, he wants to hit somebody back hard. And if I'm his coach, I'm trying to tell him to be a little more patient, stay on the outside, defense first, combination punching.
And that was the bell for round number 6 here, out of 8 in this NABF Super Welterweight Championship bout. That is a vacant title. And there and again, both guys throwing power shots, but the only one really landing here is the sniper. Again, lefts, rights, both all putting Baez on his heels. Baez hasn't moved much from the center, but he is now just playing straight defense. Looking to throw a little bit, but hasn't really landed a power shot in a while.
Yeah, I mean, this is a great fight. We really couldn't ask for a better fight than this. Both men just biting down their mouthpiece, getting after it. Good back and forth action.
And for the fight fans at home, we talk about how you can get tired by being peppered up and things like that. Another way you can show that is watching Baez spit as much as he does in the cage. Turning his head, spitting, getting that saliva out of his mouth, affecting his breathing, because his both nostrils now are bleeding, which means he's not breathing out of his nose. So his mouth is wide open. He's clearing the saliva from his mouth. That all works to Hadribeaj's advantage as this moves forward.
Yeah, and a lot of that could be that left uppercut coming right up the middle. He's been there a lot. Baez is kind of using this high guard but leaning down a little bit. It's caught some punches. Yeah, Baez just a little bit of a step behind here as the rounds start to go on. I think the speed and the conditioning of Hadribeaj is really starting to, ooh, beautiful left uppercut there. Really starting to take its toll.
Yeah, you talked about that little shovel earlier, and there was a nice, that right jab that's just been peppering Baez all day here, and there and again he throws it. So
yeah, interruption coming forward with a cross there, just beautifully done. Look at the head movement and the defense from the sniper. This round has really been a great kind of coming out party in South Carolina for him.
And you got, if you're in Baez's corner at this point, I think if you're coaching him, you're starting to think desperation mode here, right?
Yeah, I think we got to bite down a little bit and throw some big left hands and try to get him out of there. And, you know, I know we're tired, but it's kind of now or never for him if he wants it.
Well, and other than the second round, when he did kind of bobble Hadribeaj a little bit, he hasn't really shown or put the sniper in any danger. So, I mean, this is maybe that time you thought I had talked about a little earlier before, but maybe this time you start bullying him, forcing him into the corner against the ropes, doing what you can to throw those body shots to open up the chin a little bit more. He seems to be content here in the center, so I don't know if he's just waiting for that one big shot, but I don't know, he's been close enough to really do that yet.
Yeah, you're going to have to change the dynamics of a fight a little bit. If the fight's not going your way, you want to switch things up a little bit. Maybe it's bullying, maybe it's getting some warnings from the referee, something to take the rhythm away from Hadribeaj while you start to work your game and implement your game a little bit more.
And that is it for round number 6 in the books. Hadribeaj cruising to a championship unless Baez does something different here, Vince. We're going to check out the replays here, and you'll see that even in this round, the speed difference for both of these fighters is really starting to show even more than it did earlier. Hadribeaj can throw that left jab and set anything up he wants, including that beautiful shovel uppercut, which we see right there, and it just spins Baez's head around every time he throws it.
Yeah, that was excellent. Great timing on the inside. And I believe we do have a cut on Baez's eye as well, so we'll see if that affects his performance going forward. Already a tough fight, already a tough herring here, and now dealing with a cut.
And there you see them working on that cut in the corner. It is literally right above his eye, and that thing looks like a pretty good gash. Doesn't seem to be affecting his vision yet, but it's something your referee and your ringside physician will keep an eye on. It's not bleeding, though, which is a good thing, so it shouldn't affect him so far.
I believe he's going to have the doctor come by and take a look at it. I don't think it's in a bad enough spot, but we'll see what he says.
And for the fans at home, what usually happens in this position is the doctor takes a look to make sure that it's not going to be detrimental to the fighter's long-term health, and then he's going to ask the fighter a little bit about his thoughts. And most fighters are going to tell you, I'm fine, let me go. He's going to ask him if he can see, his vision is blurred, any of that stuff. Obviously, none of that happened here. And here we go. Championship rounds, number 6, about to get underway. NABF Super Welterweight Championship. Ermal, the sniper, Hadribeaj, Daniel, the Beast, Baez.
Already that cup opens up so much so it's on the other side of Baez's face. So
Yeah, the blood really trickling down from a few different places now, and Baez in that left hand lands right on the eye again, and the sniper in alignment with his name is going to just pinpoint those cuts and keep peppering them, because now if you see it right here, Baez, I don't know how you can see in the camera, he is wincing, he's wiping the blood from his eyes, and that's the kind of stuff the referee's going to step in and look at too, because once it's affecting your vision. Oh, see, and even Hadribeaj stepped back there. He's like, man, if you can't see, I'll give you a minute, which is some good sportsmanship there, because he doesn't have to do that.
The gentleman sniper.
I think we just changed his name.
Beautiful job using that jab, tripling it up, quadrupling it up.
And it's power shot after power shot for Baez and pepper from Hadribeaj, and he is just putting on a boxing clinic right now, and this is what championship belts are made of here, folks.
Yeah, and Baez just got to let it go here, man. He's got to bite down. I can't imagine they're going to let this fight go another round based on this cut anyways. So if I was him, I would kind of go for broke, try to land one of those big left hands.
Well, and that's the key here. We're in round 7, minute 30 left to go. You're in his corner. I haven't heard much out of them. And you'd think they'd be screaming here for him to finish this fight before the referee steps in and calls it. And I'm looking at the ref right now, and he is staring at the forehead and eyes of Baez, because he's still wiping away, he's still blinking and wincing because that blood is getting in his eyes, and the sniper just keeps hitting him in the same spots over and over again. And look at that, now he's just toying with him.
You know, I think he might have 2 cuts. I think he might have a cut over his left eye and his right eye now. So, yeah, I'd be very surprised if this wasn't the last round that we're going to see, based on the way the fight's going, based on the fact that the sniper's basically won every round and these cuts are getting bad.
50 seconds left to go here. Round number 7 in this 8-round championship bout. Hadribeaj cruising here, showing the level up his skills have taken since the last time we've seen him. And this might be, Vince, the most impressive fight I've seen him in so far.
Yeah, I think so. Clear improvements from the last fight. His defense looks sharp. His timing, his reads are all on point. Yeah, again, passed another test with flying colors here. Beautiful.
And still beautiful movement here in the 7th round, too. We haven't seen him tired yet. Sliding around, changing his angles, really not letting the beast know where his punches are going to come from. And you can see the damage on Daniel's face that's been caused by that. 10 seconds left here, and the beast hasn't done anything to stop this fight here in the 7th round. We'll see what happens in the corner once they ring the bell here. And there we go. Pay attention to the corner, folks. We're going to see what the referee and the doctor have to say, and of course the fighter, because even Baez didn't look too excited about being in that 7th round there. So let's take a look and see what the corner and what the doc's going to do here. I don't see the doc up just yet, but you got to think once they're done treating that cut, he's going to have him take a look at it again.
Yeah, now that I'm seeing his face cleared up, I think it is just the one cut. So, you know, they could be letting it go. Obviously, they're going to do a good job on it, and he might have another round on him. But also from the corner's perspective, obviously your number one job is to kind of keep your fighter safe. And, you know, personally, if I felt like my fighter's not going to go for it and not going to knock him out, I don't really see the need in us taking another round of punishment. So we'll see what they decide to do.
Well, they are just rubbing Vaseline in the cut instead of on it, which I don't know who taught him how to do that, but that's not how you do that. You're just opening the cut even more, so that's not going to help things at all. And here we go, the 8th and final round of this NABF Super Welterweight Championship bout. Cruise control for Ermal, the sniper Hadribeaj, seeing if he can maybe get a finish so that we do not go to the judges, even though we all assume the judges are going to give him 7 at least of the 8 rounds here going forward. But here we go. Baez comes out swinging. He knows the only way he wins this fight is by ending it, but Ermal is just too good here.
Yeah. Sniper doing a great job sliding back with his jab. And, you know, Baez, to his credit, letting it go. You know, letting those hooks go, letting those big punches go. So a credit to him for having the heart to stay in there and dig deep here in this last round.
And this isn't a fight I think the Baez camp will go back and be disappointed in. I mean, you're fighting a better fighter, and that's just the way it is. And you stood in there with him all 8 rounds. You traded some punches. You landed a few. Your face got peppered up a bit, and you're going to be feeling that for a month or so. But there's nothing for him to feel bad about going home after this fight.
Yeah, great, exciting fight between 2 really competitive athletes. So good back and forth matchup. And the sniper just kind of remained a step ahead throughout the rounds.
Not over yet, though. I know we're talking like we're already setting up Baez's funeral. We have a little bit more to go here. 1 minute, 51 seconds to go in round number 8 of this title contest.
Yeah, and I kind of like this game from Baez. Get on the inside, make it dirty. I wish we had seen this a little bit earlier. Mess up the rhythm of the sniper a little bit.
Well, and with the reach advantage the sniper has, again, I would have assumed this fight would have made it to a corner long before this round, and it still hasn't even been in this round, but Baez has been completely happy just throwing at a distance, which is really what lost him this fight, is because he's just allowed Ermal to step back and do what he wanted to. And just like that example right there, throws it left and right and lands both.
Yeah, obviously he's a great power puncher, and he's a good boxer, you know, so maybe in his previous fights he's had a lot of success being in the center and playing that game, and kind of has developed a game around that. So then when he met someone who's better in his game, he didn't quite know how to go to plan B, as it were.
.50 seconds left to go here. Round number 8, the final round here in this championship bout. Ermal, the sniper, Hadribeaj cruising along, going to pick up another title belt if this thing goes the distance. 37 seconds left to go. Baez has to pick it up, keep throwing those punches, land something. Ermal, being the sneaky good fighter he is, ties him up a little bit, wastes a little more time, and is going to get this thing to the 10-second knock here soon.
Yeah, he's doing a great job in this last round, just staying safe, staying patient, and Baez, you know, looking to land those big body shots and those hooks over the top, and Hadribeaj kind of knows that he's trying to do that.
Here we go, 10 seconds left to go. We'll see what Baez has left. He needs a knockout. Let's see if he throws anything here. Hadribeaj still throwing power shots, still putting Baez on his heels, and that is the bout. Congratulations. It's not official yet, but we think the sniper's going to add another sweet belt to his closet here and to his trophy case. Vince, give me your thoughts on the whole fight and your thoughts on the sniper in general.
Yeah, I thought it was a great fight. It was as back and forth as it could have been for Baez, with the sniper just being having such a speed advantage. And for him, you know, we saw big improvements from his last fight. His defense looked better. His head movement was slicker. He was a bit faster. So, you know, every fight we're just seeing him improve more and more. And now he collects another world title here.
Fantastic fight. Great job from both fighters, and again, the sniper impresses. Baez, no joke himself. He has a lot of power, a little bit of speed, but Ermal was just too much for him today. I am going to go collect the scores, and we are going to give away a championship belt to one of these fighters here tonight, folks. Chris Garrity, Vince McGinnis. This was the NABF the NABF Super Welterweight Championship bout, and we will be right back with your winners announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to an official decision, one more round of applause for a great championship fight. After 8 rounds of super welterweight championship action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Both judges Messer and Stamey score the bout 79-73, while Judge Claudio has it 80-72, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision and the new NABF Super Welterweight Champion of the World, the Sniper, Ermal Hadribeaj.